still on justice for Mohbad. I mean, if we are to look at it, 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, you will not see presence on social media as it is right now. Let's say 20 years ago. And even when people started coming up on social media the way they are on it now, at least let's talk about Nigeria. People weren't that vocal. People were not that loud. But now, people are ready to say what they have to say. In fact, social media has become a threat to those that want to keep the system the way it is. And what is the system? The system of oppression. The elite are above the law. They can do and undo. In fact, when things happen, they are the ones that the police will thoroughly investigate their matter and make sure that they get justice. But when it comes to inconsequential people, I don't want to even say citizens, they care less about it. Most of the times, they will always look for a way to make sure that nobody gets justice. Now that Elegusi has been fingered in the demise of Mohbad and DNA, and I know that this came from the petition that Mohbad wrote, saying that every time they attack me, they claim that the Oba is behind it. Now, Elegusi issued a disclaimer to that effect. And what he issued was not on that petition, but on Sam Larry that was attached to the king and the king's family or lineage. He said, no, this guy has nothing to do with our family. Some people applauded what he said, while some people dug deeper. I'm sure you know that one person here and there, the king petitioned them and tried as much as possible to get away from anything that has to do with Liam, the son of Wunmi, and Mohbad's RIP. But as fast as the legs of the king is, those that are screaming, shouting for justice for Mohbad, their legs are much faster. I want you to pay attention to this one from the beginning of it till the end, because you're about to hear some heavy bombshell. And you know how we do it on this platform. Translation and analysis goes hand in hand. Let us listen to what our guest has to say, and we'll talk more. But do not forget to like and share. Tap on the subscribe button if you're just coming across this channel. Very important. Let us grow this channel more. I want to say a special thank you to those that have tapped on the thanks button, the one with the love and dollar sign in the middle of it, that icon. May God replenish your pocket. And if you want to also encourage us to do more, you can as well tap on that button.
Elegusi, ó máa gbọ́ gbàù lórí ẹ̀ láìpẹ́. Ó máa gbọ́ gbàù lórí ẹ̀ láìpẹ́, Elegusi.
Pay attention, guys. It is getting serious.
Ó ti rán ọmọ ológo lọ sí ọ̀run àrèmábọ̀. Ọkàn ẹ̀ ò tún balẹ̀ mọ́ nílé ayé. Ọlọ́run ti withdraw ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ti withdraw ẹ̀. Saheed Elegusi, gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń bú mi lánàá dà nípa ẹ, nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń bú mi lánàá dà, mo wò ẹ̀yìn báyìí, mi ò rí wọn mọ́. Gbogbo wọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kó pọ́npọ́, wọ́n ti ń kó pọ́npọ́ bá ẹ lórí. Wọ́n ti ń sọ òkò burúkú, òkò àṣetánì, wọ́n ti ń sọ́lù ẹ lórí nítorí pé olórí burúkú má ṣàǹfààní ni ẹ. Saheed Elegusi, ọmọ àlè inú ilé Elegusi, ọmọ àlè tí wọ́n wá fi jọba láàfin. Saheed Elegusi, ìwọ pa ọmọ ológo. Ọmọ ológo wo ló wà nínú ilé? Ọmọ ológo wo nìwọ lè fi okó ẹ bí? Ọmọ ológo wo ló lè jáde nínú àtọ̀ ẹ, Elegusi?
Oh my.
Hey. Elegusi, ó pa ọmọ ológo títorí Liam. Ó pa ọmọ ológo. Tí ayé bá ń jẹ́ ayé, tí Ọlọ́run bá ṣì wà ní orí ìtẹ́, sórí gbogbo nǹkan tó fi ń jẹ́ Elegushi, gbogbo nǹkan tó fi ń jẹ́ Saheed tí wọ́n pè é, Ọlọ́run máa gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ṣetán àti dethrone ẹ̀ spiritually and physically. Ọlọ́run ṣetán àti gba gbogbo àǹfààní, gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́pọ̀ o lè máa fi ní àlàáfíà. Ọlọ́run ṣetán àti gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹsẹ̀. Elegushi, àwọn tó kó jáde, àwọn tí wọ́n solicit fún ẹ lórí social media, wọ́n ní pé àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọ́ tí ò tó nǹkan wọ́n ń ṣẹ́gìrì sẹ́ lára.
Like and share, guys. Like and share.
Ṣé àwa náà ní ọ̀pọ̀lọ́ tí ò tó nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣẹ́gìrì sẹ́ lára? Kò ní dáa fún ẹ, kò ní dáa fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ní wọ́n ń jà fún apààyàn, kò ní dáa fún wọn, kò ní yẹ wọn, ó máa yẹlẹ̀ fún wọn ni. Ṣé àwa ní ọ̀pọ̀lọ́ tó ń ṣẹ́gìrì sẹ́ lára Elegushi? Ta ni ẹ́, kí ló já mọ́? Kí ló jẹ́? Torí pé o ti ní agbára ayé àbí? O ti rò wípé àlàáfíà ẹ ó máa wà permanent. Torí pé o ti ní agbára ayé, o ti believe pé o ti ní ohun gbogbo tán. Irọ́, o ò ní ohun gbogbo tán. Political agbára ni wọ́n fún ẹ. Even ọba tó ló jẹ, kò ń ṣe ìwọ ni the right person tó yẹ kí wọ́n gbé sí. Kò ń ṣe ìwọ ni the right person. Torí pé agbára ayé tó
Tap on the subscribe button, guys. Tap on the subscribe button, like and share.
O dẹ̀ mọ̀yàn lókè, ọmọ Tinubu. Àwọn tí wọ́n mọ̀yàn lánàá dà. Babangida dà lẹ́ni. Ó máa ń wọ bàtà ńlẹ̀, kó máa lè wọ bàtà mọ́. Ó máa lágbára nígbà kan. Bọ̀ nígbà tí ìjìyà Ọlọ́run dé bá ń kọ́, ó ń wọ bàtà ńlẹ̀, kó máa lè wọ mọ́. Kì í ṣe pé kò fẹ́ wọ bàtà. Ṣùgbọ́n títorí pé àwọn orí tútù, orí gbígbẹ tó ti pa, àwọn yẹn náà máa ń fìyà jẹ. Babangida máa ń kú kó tó kú sìn. Títorí ìyẹn Ọlọ́run make sure wípé kò tètè kú, ẹ̀sìn ẹ̀ ó yọ jáde. Bó ti ṣe máa ṣe rí fún ẹnìyẹn Saheed. Bó ti ṣe máa ṣe rí fún ẹnìyẹn Elegushi. Ó pa Mohbad, ó pa lápasáyé, ó tún pa, ó tún pa, ó tún tu, ó pa, ó tún pa. Ó tún wà nínú sàréè, ó tún mẹ́ṣọ̀, ó tún sọ fún wọn wípé kí wọ́n kan ọrùn ẹ̀, kí wọ́n fún ẹ ní assurance pé ó ti kú.
This is deep.
Wọ́n wá pa.
This is strong.
Darosha tẹ gbéṣẹ́ fún. Darosha mẹ́ṣọ̀ pé òun bu yẹ̀pẹ̀lẹ́ lórí. Darosha tún squeeze orí ẹ̀ jáde kúrò nínú crowd. Darosha tún take video, tún ya video, ya photo. Ó send ẹ̀ sí ẹ Elegushi. Elegushi. Kí ló dé tó fi ṣe báyìí? Kí ló dé tó fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣòro? Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jáde tí wọ́n ń jà fún ẹlẹ́ni, àwọn ọ̀dà, mo wá wọn, mi ò máa rí wọn mọ́. Mo wá wọn, mi ò rí wọn mọ́. Wọ́n mà ti lọ, wọ́n mà ti pòórá bí so. Elegushi, ìyàwó ẹ̀ gan mà ti kúrò, ó mà ti kúrò nílé fún ẹ̀, ìyàwó ẹ̀ ò mà fẹ́ kó fi ronú pa òun. Elegushi alábọ̀dé, ìwọ ló pa Mohbad. Àṣírí ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ti tú. Sórí àṣírí ẹ̀ tó tú, kò máa níbò mọ́ nílé ayé. Sórí ẹ̀jẹ̀ Mohbad tí Wunmi tó ta sínú ilé yẹn, ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn máa dájọ́ fún ẹ̀. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn máa bí ẹ̀ láti ìran kan títí dé ìran 100. Elegushi, sórí tó bá lọ tọrọ ìdáríjì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀, Ọlọ́run ò ní dáríjì ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ayé, torí o intentionally dá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yìí ni. O intentionally dá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yìí, o intentionally pa Mohbad ni. Torí ọmọkùnrin tó ló bí. Torí ọmọkùnrin tó ló bí Elegushi. Sórí ìpátá patẹ̀tẹ̀, wọ́n ní ẹnìkan ò kí ń padágunró. Sórí ètò pa ẹ̀, ó ti ṣìpa. Sórí ètò pa ẹ̀, ó ti ṣìpa nítorí ọmọ ológo leléyìí. Wọ́n ní Bíbélì ní touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Ìlérí Olúwa he was a prophet of God. Fine. Ó ń jẹgbó, oúnjẹ nd oúnjẹ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn but torí pé ọlọ́run sì nílò ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ọlọ́run sì fẹ́ lò ó láti fi preach láti fi wàásù fún àwọn irú àwọn Naira Marley irú àwọn Sam Larry yẹn ọlọ́run sì fẹ́ lò ó fún àwọn court guys tó ń jọ ń ṣe ọlọ́run sì fẹ́ lò ó fún wọn ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ ó pa Elegusi Elegusi ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ kò gba ẹbọ kò gba nǹkan kan nǹkan tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ gbà ó ní ikú lèrè ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ikú náà ló máa fi ṣèrè jẹ Elegusi ikú ni èrè ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ikú ni wàá fi ṣe èrè jẹ torí pé ó ti pààyàn intentionally ó ti pa ọmọ ológo tí ò yẹ kó pa ọmọ yẹn dẹ̀ ń sọ consistently ó ní pé òun mọ̀ pé máa pa òun ó lóun mọ̀ pé máa pa òun ó dẹ̀ make sure pé carry out your evil doing through Wunmi Elegusi ò ní rí bá ti ṣe mọ́ ò ní rọ́nà gbégbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni olówó olọ́lá onímọ́tò rẹpẹtẹ okó àfi okó gbogbo ẹ̀ ìfà tó fi gbogbo ilẹ̀ tó yẹ kí odidi state ẹyọ kan gbà ó ti fi commansion tán ó ti fi páàkì oríṣiríṣi mọ́tò ó ti fi páàkì ẹ̀ sí but ó mọ nǹkan kan death is inevitable ó máa kú ni tóró ti pa ọmọ ológo ó máa kó ti pa ọmọ tìtorí Liam ó máa kú ni ó máa fi kú ṣèrè jẹ ni ẹ bá mi share fídíò yìí ẹ share fídíò yìí sẹ àní Elegusi máa kú ó ti pa ọmọ ológo
justice for Mohbad
bó o ṣe pààyàn òun náà ló ṣe máa kú spiritually you will die physically wàá kú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bó ti ṣe máa ṣe rí nìyẹn my Bible never lie ṣó ti gbọ́ ẹ bá mi share fídíò yìí ọmọ àlè idiot.
This is heavy. This is heavy. This is a big task. This is a big task. Like I told you, some people have been petitioned and some of them have been, let's say one person that we know he is still in the custody of the police, and this is coming from Oba Elegusi. He said that this person is peddling stories about him that are not true, and that a lot of things anyway. The thing is this, Wunmi is the cause of all this problem. Unless someone is telling him don't get DNA done. If the DNA comes out negative, that's where it ends. At least as per DNA, paternity, apart from the criminal case that I believe should proceed after the DNA. But I don't know if there's going to be any criminal case, because the stories that we are hearing about autopsy and toxicology, I just want to wait for the police or the government themselves to officially. What we are hearing about autopsy and toxicology is not sounding fine. They are sort of kind of putting it on Mohbad's personal, substance abuse and all of that. Well, that's that. The thing is this. The king of Elegusi was not initially attached to DNA. It was Sam Larry that people were talking about. Sam Larry. After a while, this narrative of Elegusi being the father came into it. I'm kind of thinking people added one and one together, and they are like, hey, hold on a second. Let us look at that petition. And they read the petition and they said, oh, if Mohbad said that those that came to attack him constantly, headed by Sam Larry, saying that they have the backing of the king. Now, that can be interpreted in two ways. It could be that they are acting upon the authority of the king, meaning the king knows that we exist. That's on one side. And the king asks us to do this. I'm kind of wondering why the king. It sounds a little out of order. Like I'm kind of always thinking it this way. Like Obelegushi is too rich and powerful. Unless there is something else that I'm not saying here. Unless Wumi did not tell him. And if Wumi did not tell him, I don't think he will need to beat Mohbad, deal with Mohbad, or is Wumi telling the king that, I don't want him, but he's always coming for me? I don't think the king is too weak. I mean, come on, if the king wants to take Wumi as a wife or concubine, I don't think it doesn't cost him anything. I don't think it's difficult. I don't think it's difficult. So I looked at it and I weighed it back and forth. I'm like, what exactly is this thing? Then I also listened to this audio where Mohbad could be heard screaming, saying, I don't know who to trust anymore. Wunmi is there, Cynthia is there. I saw Cynthia there. Cynthia where? With the Malians or with Sam Larry and group or whatever? Where? He started screaming, I don't know who to trust anymore. Cynthia is there. Cynthia is there. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second. What is this thing about? Is there something about Wunmi? Is she someone who is manipulative? Is she someone who is just setting up everybody, like setting up Mohbad, and Mohbad is not wise enough to run away from her, cut off from her, like X her permanently? What exactly is this thing? I didn't really get it. I didn't really get it because I'm like, no, what is this thing? Then I said to myself, okay, now that the king has been fingered in this, what will be the step of the king? I knew that the first step of the king would be this petition trying to arrest someone, which is always the character of those that are highly placed, connected. They want to use their connection, police, and all of that to muscle on you and all of that. I knew that was what was going to happen. But the king did not strike fast. It took him a while. In fact, it got to a point he had to just resort to petition, and then he put the petition on Sarah Reporters or some of this platform, and then it metamorphosed into having one person arrested. If he had the opportunity, he would have arrested more of those people, and he had the opportunity to arrest just one person after the court thing, after the Corona inquest, the last Corona inquest. So I said to myself, like, why will the king put himself in this situation or condition? At first, he issued a disclaimer saying Sam Larry has no business with the Elegushis, which is okay. I mean, that's the normal thing. He said he has no business with him. He has never sent him to go and bully people or beat people up, or has business with Mohbad or whatever. So the last petition or disclaimer, petition/disclaimer, which you will not find on any official letterhead of the king, of the palace, or on his own page, like he did when he disclaimed Sam Larry, and all of that thing that happened. I thought he would do the same, but he didn't. Probably someone must have advised him, saying, look, you don't need to do a second one. It will kind of belittle you. You've issued one. A king does not repeat, they still have that their mindset. A king does not repeat himself. You've said what you need to say. Allow us to now work. Let the media work for you. Obviously, it's going to pay them. Let the media do the rest of the job. Because if the king is to put it on his letterhead, he won't have to pay a lot of people. All he needs is to just get who is going to write it or do it himself and all of that. So they said, let us do the work for you. Let us put it on Sahara Reporters and issue the disclaimer and all of that. Like I said, Wunmi cost all of this. Wunmi cost it all. Because the least that you can do in a case that is as sensitive as this, something that has spread all over, if DNA is requested and you are sure, because that is what she wants us to believe, that child belongs to Mohbad, then DNA would have been the least that you would have done. But from what I could glean here and there, I realized from those that are close to Wumi, those that are like close to Wumi, I realized that Wumi cannot beat her chest and say that child belongs to Mohbad. And if it becomes public, I mean, the DNA thing becomes a public thing, and eventually people get to know that that child is not Mohbad's. She has looked at it in two ways. One, shame. Two, they will say, because that child is not Mohbad's own, you are the one that died Mohbad. You are RIP Mohbad. She has looked into it, and to her, the best option is to start, playing games and saying that Mohbad's father wants to take the child from her. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard in my life. How can you say Mohbad's father wants to take grandchild from you? Where I've never heard of this. Like, where is this done? Like, she's speaking like someone who is retarded, but she is actually saying those things not because she believes that it's possible. It is not even possible. 0.00 or whatever percent. It is not possible. She knows, but she's just trying to play this game, play this card. Like, let me act and pretend like my life is at risk. They are going to take my child from me. Liam is still my child. I have the right. They cannot take the right of Liam. Who wants to take the right of Liam? Who wants to take the right of the child? Who wants to take the child right? Nobody wants to take any right. Just get DNA done. If it's Mohbad's son, life goes on, at least on that part. On that particular part, before we start looking at what caused the demise of Mohbad. If the child is not Mohbad's, then you have two things to answer. You have two things to answer. Paternity fraud, lying to Mohbad that that's Mohbad's son, and a lot of things, and the demise. So all of these things, I believe, these are part of the things that Wunmi looked at and thought to herself, okay, the way out of this is to just rigbaro, try and package the whole thing and act like I don't know what is happening to me. They want to destroy me. They want to pick me down. They want to pick me up. They, this is foolishness. This is foolishness of the highest order. So this is the reason why people will come out to scream and curse the king and say that the king is the one that did it. And that's because, I hope, I hope that Wunmi will not faint. She can just faint, or this, she can just come up one day and say she has mental problems, but doesn't stop the child from being tested anyway. That's the thing. Because I'm thinking of what Wunmi is going to do now that the court, and it is all over the place. You see, it is all over the place. It's all over the place. So I don't know. It's all over the place. She can't say she is blind or deaf if she's aware of everything. And the funniest thing, Gist Lover will not put this on her page because these people are very funny. Gist Lover will not put this on her page that the court has requested and this and that. No, because Wunmi and Gist Lover communicate. So if Gist Lover is to put it on, of course, we saw few of what Gist Lover put. That's why Wunmi came back to tell Gist Lover that she was not contacted, she was not served any document, and that Mohbad's father, Mohbad's father's legal representative refused to give our own lawyer the letter to be served. And the lawyer of Mohbad's father is not stupid. They know if we serve Wunmi's lawyer, they will use this as an excuse because Wunmi has to be served personally that letter. I don't know what you guys think of this. You heard what she said. A lot of things. Drop your comment. See you guys in the next update. Justice for Mohbad.